This automotive tool is used to tighten bolts.
What is a torque wrench?
You're absolutely right. And Dee Dee, you don't have to phrase it in the form of a question.
Okay.
If you're like me, the Rugrats was one of your all-time favorite shows growing up as a kid in the 90s and early 2000s. It's hard to believe that this multi-award-winning series had its humble beginning back in 1991. But did you know that over this iconic show's impressive 13-year run, it has actually featured quite a number of celebrity guests? In this video, we're going to do a little Nick rewind of our own and share the top 5 celebrities you never knew were on the Rugrats. Number 5. At the very beginning of this video, we showed a clip from a season 2 episode called Game Show Dee Dee. In this episode, Tommy's mom goes on a show hosted by someone who shares the same profession in real life. Did you recognize his voice? If you guessed, who is Alex Trebek?
Correct.
In the episode, the game show was called Super Stumpers and featured familiar aspects of Trebek's Jeopardy! This was apparent through the show's question and answer style format, as well as the name of the game show host, who was admiringly called Alex Quebec. While Dee Dee battles it out with her opponent, Tommy and his friends end up causing the game show to go into overdrive, resulting in a super fast game in which Dee Dee was eventually declared the winner. Number 4. Alex Trebek wasn't the only game show host to be featured on the Rugrats. The very next year in a season 3 episode, Chaz and little Chucky are eating their breakfast when they are interrupted by a knock on the door. When Chaz opens the door, he is greeted by an overly enthusiastic man in a suit who announces that he has just won $100 million. The voice of this odd-looking character was lent by longtime Wheel of Fortune host Pat Sajak. In this episode, Chaz enjoys his newfound wealth by buying a mansion, hiring a butler, and finally getting his and Chucky's hair done. But as all good things come to an end, so did Chaz's good fortune. By the end of the episode, Chaz was back at his old home and life returned as it used to be. Number 3. Fast forwarding to season 8, we find another celebrity appearance. In the very last episode of the season, we are introduced to Taffy. This fun-loving teenage babysitter captured the hearts of Tommy and the gang, whom she lovingly referred to as the Minis. Taffy was the grandniece of Grandpa Lou's sweetheart Lulu and was part of the band Taffy and the Saltwaters. This new addition to the crew was voiced by All That and the Amanda Show star, Amanda Bynes. She continued to voice this character until the end of the Rugrats series.
Maybe if you help me out tonight by being especially nice to the babies.
Number 2. The very last season of the Rugrats is where we found our next 2 celebrity guests. In the season 9 holiday special titled Babies in Toyland, the babies visit Stu's holiday village, which was filled with festive trees, candy canes, snowmen, and of course, Santa Claus. This character was actually voiced by James Belushi. He is probably most well known by his leading role in the American sitcom According to Jim. In this episode of the Rugrats, Angelica tracks down Santa Claus to give him her Christmas toy wish list.
Here you go!
That's it! You got me, ya moose!
Even better than a moose. It's a reindeer!
Reindeer? Its nose doesn't even glow. You call this a Christmas present?
Little girl, it's the thought that counts.
When things don't go as Angelica had hoped, Santa, out of frustration, quits his job. And this leads Tommy and the crew to believe that they are facing their last Christmas ever. Number 1. The last celebrity appearance featured on this list is also a popular Nickelodeon star. In the 9th episode of the Rugrats' farewell season, titled Lil's Fill of Trash, there was a brief appearance by the one and only Drake Bell. The Drake and Josh actor made the cameo appearance in the Rugrats as a character named Dusty. Dusty was a teen who was picking up litter at a park and ends up catching the eye of babysitter Taffy. Intrigued by his apparent concern for the environment, she and the babies spend the day with him. He teaches Phil to pick up trash as well, leading him to be obsessed with keeping the park nice and clean. Soon Taffy learns that Dusty was actually doing community service, ending the short-lived friendship. So those were our top 5 celebrities that you never knew were on the Rugrats. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you love cartoons that made the 90s and early 2000s so awesome, subscribe and get ready for more nostalgic videos. What celebrity included in this list surprised you the most? Leave me a comment and let me know. Until next time, my friends, dialing out.